Welcome to Grow Her Wings, a podcast by the Malou Project, a 501c3 based in Jacksonville, Florida, with a mission to connect girls to aviation. We are your hosts, Jen and Carrie, and we invite you to join us as we meet new people, talk to old friends, and learn new lessons on the path to inspire more of us to grow our wings. Welcome to the Grow Her Wings podcast from the Malou Project, a 501c3 based in Jacksonville, Florida, with a mission to connect girls to aviation. This is Carrie and Jen. We're the co-founders of Malou Project. And today, our inaugural podcast, we have a very special guest with us. Jen, who are we talking to today?
Hey, Carrie. Good morning. How's everybody doing? So we have Michele Johnson on the line with us, who we met during our Be Wise conference in Atlanta. Was it last year, Michele?
It was last year in May.
It's been a year.
I know.
Yeah,
And it's been a year.
I know.
Yeah, I know. It went fast too.
It was huge. It was so helpful. And we had, I don't know how much of you all remember, you do, but we had that whole 6 months right beforehand where we had to do a lot of that work, that coursework.
Yeah,
and I remember very distinctly finding Michele's website and her Facebook and thinking to myself, wow, I want to copy her. So
it was so put together.
Yeah. Michele was majestic in her red, it was a red dress, right? Sitting on a throne. And it was, what was the event that you were kind of presenting there, Michele? Do you remember?
So it's on my website or on Facebook? Yeah. So on my website, I was doing image consulting with someone.
Yeah.
And I was helping them to get dressed.
It was great. I mean, you were gorgeous in this beautiful red long dress, this gown, and it flowed down in your throne. I mean, who doesn't?
Yes.
I was like, I want to be her. So
funny.
Power of an image.
Yes. And so it just so happened that the very first night, right, that we were at that Be Wise conference, we had stopped at a restaurant to have dinner and unwind, and you were there. And I think the very first thing you said was oh my gosh, I have to speak to you. It was like karma, right?
Yeah, it was. Yes. Yes.
Great. Yeah. And so can you kind of talk about a little bit what you have done since then with your In Our Image and consulting, how that started our meeting, how that was for you, and then where'd that take you?
So, number one, V-Wise, I have been trying to get to V-Wise for 2 years. And it was always somewhere or at a time when I could not get there. So when I saw that it was going to be in Atlanta, where I had been stationed prior to being here in Maryland, I was like, oh, I'm going. And so it was just fantastic just to be there, just to be at the Be Wise conference. And then in all the time that, we met and did our homework assignments leading up to Be Wise, I was looking forward to meeting a lot of the ladies, a lot of the entrepreneurs, a lot of the business women who were going to be there. And so I remember you talking about the Malou Project, and you had your cards. And so when you handed it to me, I was like, I know her. like I felt like I really knew you. And it was almost just confirmation that we would just meet up like that, because there was so many women there.
Yeah,
it was so many women there that first night that we would meet. So I feel like it was meant to be. So, and out of that time, just out of me, different relationships, relationship building, networking, from that, then I came on back to Maryland and continued. And I have a confession is that when I got my website created, and because I'm still in the military, still serving in the military, there's a part of me that says I have a check, I have a job, I work 9 to 5. So there were some points where, just being honest, that I looked at my business as more of, I will do that when I have time. But I worked on it all the time, you know, getting everything ready. But as far as actually, just really promoting it and saying, hey, I'll take clients, because I never wanted to take a client or work with someone and then be pulled away, and not be able to give them my undivided attention. And I felt divided, where I was still doing my military duties, but also building my personal brand, building business and networking. And so out of that time, though, from VWise and from meeting you all, I actually felt like there's other, especially military, that are still serving, and that really, it's like, we can do this. Yeah. We can do this, and that it's integrated. They're actually connected. And so I think there was points where I was kind of disconnecting it, but it's all connected. It's all connected.
Carrie,
So
we just saw this morning, right, that somebody won an award?
That's right. Somebody won an award related to the work that she's doing
as a federal employee.
Yes.
Congratulations. What is this award?
Thank you. So the Federally Employed Women is an organization. It's a national organization that supports and promotes women who work for the government, and they have a lot of trainings, and diversity and equity is very important to this group. And so I am a part of it. And I was nominated from my chapter that I'm in, the Tri-County, Maryland chapter. I was nominated for a Military Meritorious Award for the work that I do. My job in the military is the Equal Opportunity Advisor, but if we said that in civilian terms, it's the Equity Diversity Manager. So I promote education and awareness in the workforce between women, and ethnic groups, so that we understand each other, so that we provide a great working environment, that people want to come to work, and not because I don't understand the person sitting next to me, and then to break down the barriers that are set up, that can be set up, because even the roles, and you all know this, as far as the military, the gender roles in the military. So that's my job, to watch out for that, and to make sure that there is the climate is a good climate for people to progress and to advance in their careers, and not be discriminated against, and to make sure everything is fair and equal treatment.
Well, it sounds like you do more than just do your job, you excel at it. So that's pretty awesome.
I actually love, this is the best job I've had in the military, that I really love. I love all of my jobs, but this one supersedes all the rest of them. So I'm honored to get this award.
Yeah.
It's doing something that I love to do, and they're gonna award me for it. So
it's pretty great. You can't beat that.
Yes.
Was there an event related to this job that encouraged you to start your NR Image? It sounds a little bit like a lot of things are aligned.
Well, I had NR Image before I took this job, but it just aligned with what I was already doing. Okay. And really what caused me to even start NR Image is I wrote a curriculum for girls. That was that is how In Our Image actually started. Before there was a business, before there was coaching and consulting and image consulting, there was a curriculum for young ladies, teenage girls who may have, well, actually struggle with their identity, struggle with low self-esteem, because as I was growing up, I had really, 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 really low self-esteem. And when I tell people that now, they're like, no. I know. I was like, no, I have transformed. This is the transformed Michele, and not the low self-esteem, and just not really seeing myself the way that I believe that God created me. And so it has been a process. It has been a journey to get to this place, but that is the foundation of In Our Image, is showing girls, who they are, and that they don't have to believe, that's as a teenager, boys and girls, but girls especially, because of, again, those gender roles and what they see. So one of my mantras is that girls need to see us. Like, girls need to see pilots. Girls need to see us in these non-traditional roles, and that says, oh, if she can do it, then I can do it. And that's an opportunity that they would even look into when they see us. And then I always say they need to see us so that we can advocate for them and be in places where, when they do come for an interview, when they do show up to find out, like, how do I do what you do, then we're there to mentor them. We're there to talk to them and make them feel comfortable, and let them know, to increase their confidence that it's not something that they should just count themselves out of.
Yeah.
To have that person there that understands not necessarily their full starting point or their background, but generally where they're coming from to get to where you are. That's huge, because not everyone's going to be able to offer that. So that's great, Michele. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I just
I might
even
know a young lady to talk to you.
Hey, you said something really beautiful. You said something really beautiful just a second ago. Believe what God had created you to be. Believe what God had created you to be. And that is so true, right? Like, people don't even see what's in the mirror. They don't see the beauty that's in the mirror. We're all picking on ourselves, on our face, and I wish my shoulder was smaller, I wish my smile was bigger. But I mean, that's such a powerful thing to say. And then it also kind of reminds me of what your kind of call to action of, you were created to be.
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah.
That call to action is another pretty powerful thing.
Yeah, that when I got that, like, that's what I tell girls. When you get it, when you like finally get it, then when you finally get it, that that's what you begin to represent, like, who you were created to be. Like, you are like, oh, I know who I am. I know my purpose. I know. So you don't make the same decisions, because I feel like, well, no, I know that when I was, struggling with low self-esteem, I made decisions that didn't align with who I really was supposed to be, or my purpose, or my identity. And so that was really important. And so my call to action is to, represent who you are. Show up is who you are, your authentic self. And there's a lot of actual, people who say, like, you're this, or you should do this, or this is who, or, I mean, there's so many things, like, and if with social media now for girls, there, just so many things coming out for them that it can get confusing. And so, but that place, when you get it, then you begin to represent who you really are. And then that confidence, I use the word reign and rule, because that confidence that you have in knowing that you have the authority, that you are supposed to be here, that you're supposed to be doing what you're doing. And then you begin to reproduce your gifts in the world. You begin to replenish and give out and pour out. And so that's my call to action. Yes.
And you're projecting it, like you said, to be seen, and it just
Yeah.
continues that great cycle.
Yes. Yes.
That's beautiful.
I
Yes,
know
yes.
for myself that I'm still trying to find myself, you know. I've had the identity of who I thought I was supposed to be for all of my life. And is that what I'm supposed to continue doing? You know, I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
I'm having
Right.
a minor identity crisis of 21 years in the military, and now who am I?
Oh yeah, now that's one. Yeah, and that's in my coaching. That's why I help to transition, because we can think that what we do is who we are, and it's not.
Yeah.
So what we do should follow who we are, and then everything aligns. But if who we are is following what we do, then it can get all confusing and just discombobulated. Just so if we
You
are
described my brain.
Totally. So,
oh my goodness.
Michele,
I'm
you have some
say that
stuff.
to myself every morning, Michele. What I do should follow who I am. I'm going to say that to myself every morning now.
Yes, what you do should follow who you are, who you're created to be. And then everything just aligns up, you know.
That's beautiful.
Awesome. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left. I think we needed to talk one more thing. We wanted to ask you a couple questions, but one before we do that, I think I'm gonna skip this other one, but what advice do you have for like the young women that you work with, especially during your identity summits that we're hoping you hold more of?
Yes.
So let me update you all on the Girls Identity Summit, which is called Empowered to See Me. I'm always talking about vision. I'm always talking about how we see each other, because it's powerful. And you use the word like a mirror, that a lot of times when we look in the mirror, that's the first thing that we do see is the outside. And so the Girls Identity Summit, we were planning and had everything set to go to Ghana, to Africa this year in September. And so we were going to have 400 girls, and we were collaborating with another organization there that empowers young ladies. And so with the COVID, we're still going. We are still going, and we are just moving the date. So we're just going to reschedule the date for another time. But we are, the Girls Identity Summit is an extension of the In Our Image curriculum that I wrote years ago. And basically it's a holistic view of just starting at the very bottom, just starting at the beginning of who and making sure that young ladies know that although the focus can be so on their outward appearance, and that they're so concerned about their hair and their skin, and I was too, that I thought, these different standards, I was like, I thought my eyes were too big, my nose was too big, my lips were too big, everything was off. I could just go from head to toe and find something wrong to me on the outside. And so the focus of the Girls Identity Summit is the inside, is that in those internal factors that create. So what we're doing is trying to clean their filter, basically, is their filter and how they see things, how information comes into them, and making sure that their filter is healthy and that they know that they are a distinct, unique person, that there's no comparison. There's no comparison. They cannot compare themselves to anybody else. And that the way it is faith-based, so that the way that God created them, that when we say, God, you messed up because my eyes are too big, my nose is too big, my lips are too big, that you're saying to God that he didn't create you in this fearful and wonderful way, And so it's just to change the filter of how they hear things, and that how they see things, and to put the mirror up to them and say, you are beautiful, you are confident, and to see themselves. So at the end of each Girls Identity Summit, that's what we do. We do affirmations. And all the girls and the moms, and because we got to talk to the moms too.
That's
The moms
huge.
connect with the
Yeah.
girls. And we all come on the stage, and I started out and I say, I see me powerful. And then I tell them, just scream out, how you see yourself. And it is such a powerful ending, because after they've gone through all the sessions, and you can feel that there has been a new inner view of themselves, that they actually see it, like when they are saying it, I see me confident, I see me beautiful, I see me powerful, I see me majestic, I see me wealthy, I see me healthy. And so each girl, and some of them say several of them, and so affirmation. So it is just so powerful, and it is so it's so meaningful and impactful, to see this made a difference. This is making a difference. And so right now, the Girls Identity Summit is an event, an annual event. And I'm looking to, when I get where I'm going and settled, where I'm not moving all over the country, that we will have a more robust curriculum, that we'll start to take the girls that are in the community where I am, then go from there. So.
And where are you going next?
I am going to Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, ma'am. Well, not in Atlanta, because nobody lives in Atlanta. It lives on the outside. So I'll be on the outskirts. I believe Conyers, Georgia. That's where I believe that we're going to settle.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. Your job, you can just tell the smile you get on your face when you start speaking about that Girls Identity Summit.
Yeah, that's my baby.
It's just contagious, and it's beautiful to see, and it's a wonderful thing to watch you do.
Thank you. I'm excited. And I have to have you all come and be, when we're in the United States of America again.
Yeah.
I have to have you all come and share, and because that is something that girls need to see, what you all are doing, and because I think they don't see that. Do you all find that when you're talking to girls or communities, that they're like, wow?
Jen and I have noticed that before. There's a lot of people that seem to think, oh, well, girls have been seeing that for years now, so they know. There are still so many young girls out there that don't know.
Yeah, right.
Stop
Yeah.
assuming people know these things or see these things or believe these things. And
Right.
be Michele and show them that they are.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing to me when I'm out in my flight suit and a girl comes up to me and say, I didn't know I could do that. I'm like, are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I also really enjoy when men say to me, I didn't know women could fly. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. They let men fly too.
Right. Exactly.
My favorite. They let men fly too.
Well, they need to make t-shirts that say male pilot.
Yeah.
We got to get the word out.
That's right. Gotta get the word out. They're recruiting men pilots. They are.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies, I miss all of you.
Michele, it's great. We have about 2 minutes to kind of wrap up. Didn't know if there was anything else you want to talk about. We just love your mission and want to support you however we can. And we're grateful that you're here for our inaugural podcast that you didn't even know was going to be on video.
I did not. To everyone who's listening or watching this, I thought it was only audio, but that's why you have to come ready. You have to show up ready. Yes, show up ready. So I don't know if I would have any closing words, but that it is important to see yourself the way that, you know, God, it was a game changer for me. I'll say that's my testimony. It was when I began to see myself the way that God created me and not even push against it, because I thought I'm the background person, I'm the support person for those people who are doing video
Mhm.
and up in front of people talking. I felt like I was more the one-on-one, like me and you talk, or the three of us. And God is like, no, your platform's bigger than that. And I need you to get up there and do what I told you to do. So I guess if I had closing words, you know, if you have a relationship with God and he's telling you, or you feel that nudge to kind of step out of your comfort zone, just do what he tells you to do. Just do what he tells you to
And
do.
help change the milieu.
Help change the mood. Absolutely.